Welcome back to Halloween Horror Reviews 2025. Halloween Horror Reviews 2025 has been an absolute blast, and I cannot believe that we are already halfway through the month. And man, let me tell you all, when it comes down to today's review, I am really excited to talk about today's movie. Moving on to today's movie, I'm here to talk about 1988's They Live, directed by John Carpenter. In the film, we follow a drifter portrayed by Roddy Piper who comes across a special pair of sunglasses, and when he puts on this particular pair of sunglasses, he sees the world for what it really is. A world controlled by aliens. And before I continue on with today's video, let's also start our conversation below. What is your favorite John Carpenter film from the 80s? Let me know below. Alrighty guys, so let's get into They Live. Damien! I cannot begin to describe to you all how excited I am that I am finally talking about this particular film and the fact that I finally saw this movie this year. Yes guys, believe it or not, until this year, I had never seen They Live. Now, I had known quotes about this movie, like for example, the infamous, the bubblegum quote.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
And the other thing that I knew was that there was this great fight sequence between Roddy Piper and Keith David, but otherwise, guys, this was a movie that I had never seen. And you know what? I am figuratively kicking myself because I cannot believe that I have gone nearly 33 years in my life without seeing this badass John Carpenter film. Guys, They Live is fucking awesome. As y'all can imagine, when it comes down to the performances, there are only two performances that I gotta talk about here. One of which being Keith David, who portrays one of Roddy Piper's friends in the film. Keith David is just an absolute treasure, and he is great in the film. But as y'all can imagine, the real MVP of this movie is, of course, and it wouldn't be any other person, it's Roddy fucking Piper. For those of you who know me personally, I don't keep up with wrestling, but when I did watch wrestling, one of my favorite wrestlers was Roddy Piper. Seriously, Roddy Piper is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, and also one of the greatest actors, just period. Roddy Piper does such a great job as the everyday man that just wants to get by, have a job, have a good living, but once he comes across that damn pair of sunglasses, he is doing everything in his power to, well,
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Roddy Piper was just an absolute star, and that man was taken from us way too soon. One of the greatest talents who ever lived. Watching They Live made me miss Roddy Piper even more, so just, again, a fucking legend to say the least. The next thing that I gotta talk about that I absolutely loved about They Live is, as y'all can imagine, John Carpenter's directing. When it came down to 80s movies, John Carpenter was just one of the kings when it came down to 80s movies. And just to name off 3 films besides They Live, not only did John Carpenter release Christine, which is, by the way, a very underrated John Carpenter film, a very underrated horror film, by the way, Big Trouble in Little China, a badass action martial arts film, but also, not to mention as well, The Thing. One of the things that I absolutely loved about how John Carpenter does the first 20 minutes is how he slowly and how he subtly sets up things within that first 20 minutes, especially the intrigue, the mystery, and not to mention as well how he subtly puts things in, especially when it comes down to, let's just say, behaviors of how people are acting within the first 20 minutes, leading up to this magical moment when Roddy Piper gets those glasses, to that reveal of, holy fucking shit, I am being manipulated and controlled by aliens. That whole reveal was just simply put brilliant, and that, oh my god, I freaking love that reveal so much, and it makes for one of the most entertaining scenes of the entire film, and not to mention as well, that whole reveal, especially Roddy Piper goes in the grocery store, and he just...
You're okay. This one, real fucking ugly.
This movie is so fucking cool. And from here on out, you are put on this wild, action-packed ride with not only Roddy Piper greatness, but also John Carpenter greatness. From this point on, not only are you given a film that is action-packed, is also funny, and is so entertaining, but most importantly, even more so, and this is the thing that really impressed me upon watching it, but then again, it's a John Carpenter film. I mean, John Carpenter, this man is known for making some of the greatest films of the 80s. One of my favorite things about this movie, especially when that glasses reveal happens, is how this movie does a great commentary of how the media and of how social media, I mean, I guess you could say in this time period, and that is how the media is influencing you, controlling you in a certain way, influencing you and having you make your mind for you to make decisions, whether it's getting some type of magazine, watching some sort of program, or more so, making you want to feel a certain way towards a woman, especially when we look at a billboard having, you know, a pretty looking lady on it. I found this whole thing to be just absolutely genius, and that brings me to something else, because I found something about this movie as I was researching it after I watched this movie, and when I found this out, it just kind of, in a word, well, flabbergasted me. This movie originally got very bad reviews for the action, apparently, the visual effects, and not to mention as well, the commentary. After I found this out, I just had a real Back to the Future moment when Marty said this.
I guess you guys aren't ready for that yet. But your kids are gonna love it.
John Carpenter's score in this film, I mean, this score is fucking awesome. And I just realized I have to see, because down there I have a whole John Carpenter anthology of music, so I gotta see if at least a track of the They Live score is on this thing, because if not, I'm gonna be very upset. This collection of his music is seriously so damn cool. It's here. I am so putting this on my record player the moment I finish recording this. And I cannot talk about They Live without mentioning this iconic scene, the fight sequence between Roddy Piper and Keith David, where Roddy Piper is doing every effort possible to have Keith David put on the damn glasses.
Try these on.
Look, you crazy mother.
Put these on.
Hey, stay away from me.
I'm telling you, you dumb son of a...
This particular fight in They Live is so entertaining, and it's so hilarious, and there are some bits that are so hard-hitting, and I can only imagine how much of Roddy Piper's wrestling expertise was called into play for the sequence. It's not the most choreographed fight, but just from how entertaining and how funny this whole fight sequence is, I could see why it is one of the most iconic fight sequences from the 80s. They Live's ending, to say one word, awesome. Nuff said.
Happy parents, you old fuck!
As far as issues go, there's probably one thing I can think of, but this is me reaching for something. I had a feeling that a character in this film would lead to a certain thing happening, but again, I'm reaching for something here, guys. So overall, simply put, They Live is badass. It's entertaining, it's funny, it's action-packed, and even more so, it's got great commentary packed in there as well. All in all, I'm gonna give They Live a 5 out of 5. And if y'all haven't seen this movie, especially if you're a John Carpenter fan, please guys, put this movie in and get ready for a ride. I hope y'all enjoyed my review of They Live. If so, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. If you guys want to see my previous 2 videos, please click right there or right there. And of course, until my next review or video goes live, I will see you all next time.